Okay, for real this time. Apparently I forgot to save at the end of the last one. So I had to play that last part of the trial again. But... Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Yeah, but... Apparently, well, the good news is... On Guard wasn't found guilty, but he only gave us the one trial day. He told us we only had one day to get the acquittal, and it doesn't look like we've done that. Look, it'll be alright. Everything may still work out. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict, and so far the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. If he does, I will fucking end him. And he won't because Mr. On Guard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up, we don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going. You're right. Oh, hey, Noble. Yeah, apparently, I guess I forgot to save at the end of the trial last time, so I just went and did the last part of it off screen. Mystic Maya's in much more pain than I am. We haven't won yet. Yeah, that's right. Oh, hey, Dick. Hey, you guys, glad I caught you, pal. Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe. Oh yeah, he got fired after the last one, didn't he? Has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. Looks that way. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I came to talk to you, pal. But we're kind of busy right now. So what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So do you have a new job lined up? Oh, that! What am I supposed to do now, pal? I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. Guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal. Oh, say what? Yeah, you can work for us. You'll be searching things that'll prove Mr. On Guard's innocence. Oh, you'll be searching for things that'll prove Mr. On Guard's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna help you, pal. I got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all. Come on, Mr. Nick. Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things. Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Gordon Ramsay, he is not. Why am I surrounded by people who eat only cheap, unhealthy foods? That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself. He said that? That's horrible. But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you there was something strange in her testimony itself, but I still think there's something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. Me about that thing, pal? Why would she want to... No, I mean, almost need to frame Mr. On Guard. Yeah, apparently she was the one who stuck the knife in him in an attempt to frame On Guard. Couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. And you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie, per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye. Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe. That's such a dirty trick. Even that woman prosecutor was better than that. Franziska von Karma. Speaking of Miss von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition? Wasn't she shot this morning? Yeah. Is she alright? Ms. von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol pal. But she's gonna be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you gonna visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death, not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe good for her if you went and let her whip you a bit, pal. What? Let her go whip us, Mr. Nick. Oh my goodness. Now I'm definitely not going. Let's see, the name of the hospital? Oh yeah, Hottie Clinic. Oh no, not that place. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi. I hope that creeper isn't there. Still. Well, at least if he tries anything fresh with Francie, she would pretty much end him right there. Never thought I'd ever come back to this place. Oh no. God damn it. Yes, are you here to visit a patient? Hi. Wait a second, you're... Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Why are you still here? Yes, what is it? Can I help you? You can tell me. Yes. Director Hottie. Oh, edgy. Yes, I'm Director Hottie. Oh, you're the man from this morning. Yes, what is it? Director Franziska. How is Franziska von Karma? You don't need to worry. Yes, she's in good hands. Is she? Because you see, I'm personally taking good care of her. Yes. Oh, God. Yes, that surgery, it went well. You have my gratitude. Looks like Edgeworth doesn't know about this director and his secret. Yeah. She looks so pitiful, absolutely terrified. Yes. But I understand. Yes. Her opponent was a gut after all. Uh-huh. And when I snuck up on her real secret light, she would scream really loud. Yes. You are a very lucky man. She didn't... If she were in any better condition, you would not be standing here right now. I see. Oh, but she's really cute, too. When I do that, she'd whip me with her whip. You're... Boy, I cry like a baby. Yes, but I think I could get used to it. Oh. Hey, Francie. You recovered fast. Go back to your room. You're so mean. So mean, my frisky Friska. Oh, dear God. You gotta... Okay, Yes, it's time for my EV drops. Yes. Hey, Scarlet. Glad you can make it. And what are those tulips doing in your hands, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Oh, I knew I shouldn't have come here. I was shot in front of the courthouse in my right shoulder. But it's no big deal. This sort of thing happens all the time. It does? I even had full intentions of running the trial this morning. But that would have been too much for you. There's no need to act tough in front of us, you know. Regardless, I was dragged here by that man over there. He was so unyielding, one has to wonder if he was simply interested in stealing my case. It was the only logical course of action, given the bullet was still lodged in your shoulder. She is... I guess she is kind of a sister to Edgeworth. If Von Karma was his mentor. But by taking over the case, I found myself having to clean up after you and that irresponsible deal you made. Ah, yes. I think I know what deal he's referring to. Yeah. Miss Von Karma, you made a deal with Ms. Anders yesterday, didn't you? I don't know what you mean. In order to make sure you got your guilty verdict on Mr. Ongard, you told Ms. Anders to not testify in court today. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you have proof that I made such a deal? You're denying it? It looks like you were lucky, Mr. Phoenix, right? If I had been in court today, this trial would already be over. All while hiding Ms. Anders' own crime? That isn't my problem. Whether she had tampered with the evidence or not, I have only one objective, to find Ongard guilty of murder. The end justifies the means, Mr. Phoenix, right? The end justifies the means. Ms. Von Karma, Adrian Anders believed you when you said, if you don't tell the truth of what really happened, then Ongard will be found guilty. And what does that have to do with me? Because of that, she's now in danger of being found guilty herself. All because she believed in your words until the very end. That still has nothing to do with me. She's just a weak person, that's all. But you had to know she was... Ow! I think visiting hours here are about over. So if you'll excuse me... What's wrong? Why'd she suddenly cut you off? Probably because she thinks I had the advantage in that argument. Edgeworth. What happened today at the trial, Edgeworth? That wasn't like you at all. I mean, I know you knew about Ms. Anders' condition. You could have made her testify as many times as you wanted, but to go that far... but she wouldn't testify about that until I said something. Listen, Wright. The courtroom is a garden of judgment. I'm putting myself on the line when I stand in there. And that's why I made the witness do the same. It's only natural. I see. By the way, Edgeworth, you were really angry in court today. That's rare for you. Yeah, he went bananas when he saw that card. Witness, that card, give it to me. Hurry! Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? This... I can't believe you hid this from me all this time! To be fair, she was twirling it around right in our faces for a while. You just didn't say anything until then. That card, what in the world is it? You mean this? Listen, Wright, this is top secret information. You absolutely cannot leak this. A special investigations team has existed for a number of years, but few know of it. I understand. Their task is to find the owner of this card. A man called Shelly D. Killer. And just as his name states, he is a killer. An assassin. The best at that. An assassin? So it was a calling card. And Adrian must have just absent-mindedly picked it up. So who is this Shelly D. Killer? D. Killer is the name of a long-standing line of assassins. Long-standing? The name first appeared about 100 years ago, I hear. Shelley is the professional name of the third heir to the D-Killer name. So because his professional name is Shelley, he leaves cards with a shell on them? He has a habit of making sure to leave a card by the body of his victims. Why would he do something like that? We think it's part of his duty to his clients. His duty? If he leaves a card, then his clients can be assured that it was he who killed the victim. It also serves as insurance against any charges being pushed onto his clients. I see. D-Killer values the trust between his clients and himself above all else. It seems that this is one honorable assassin with a moral conscience. I guess even honorable assassins can exist. So you think this assassin, you think he's the one who did the killing in this case? It would appear that way. The discovery of the card basically confirms it, wouldn't you agree? Shelley D-Killer, huh? I noticed something at the trial today. You were behaving in a very strange manner. Is something the matter? I guess I should just tell him. Maya, she's been kidnapped. Kidnapped? What does the kidnapper want? An acquittal. I see. I had no idea. I will prepare a rescue team as soon as possible and resolve this by tomorrow. Really? Did you hear that, Mr. Nick? Mr. Edgeworth is going to... Stop trying to console me, Edgeworth. I don't need your pity. Mr. Nick? Yeah, what the hell, Phoenix? There's no way you can find her. We don't even have a single lead to go on. There's only one way to save her. I have to get an acquittal somehow. It's the only way. Right, listen. You need to know something. Juan Corrida was killed by Shelley D-Killer. And the client who ordered the job is Matt Ongard, your own client. Please, stop! I can't listen to you! I can't believe that. I see. Well, if you want to continue your investigation, you'll need this. What is it? The hotel right now is restricted to police personnel only, as we are looking for any clues that might lead us to Shelley D-Killer. But if you take this with you to the hotel, I'm sure they'll let you enter. In any case, I must attend to the preparations for Maya's rescue team. We'll meet again, if anything should happen. Now, if you'll excuse me. Mr. Nick? Do you think Mr. Ongard hired an assassin? No way. I mean, he doesn't have a psych lock. Yeah, I guess not. Well, you asked if he killed Corrida, which, if he did hire an assassin, then technically he didn't. Maya, please. All I ask is you make it home safe and sound. Oh, we're back to Maya's point of view. I guess even kidnappers can be a little clumsy. Clumsy enough to drop a card like this for me. And even though he said he was an assassin, I'll bet he's just making that up, like how Nick does with everything in court. Anyway, let's try out the card trick with this card I just found. Sounds like I got the door open. Okay, time to go take a look around. Oh. Somebody's living room? What is this place? I've got a feeling I'm not in the hotel anymore. Are those videos over there? Well, I'll worry about that later. For now, I should be looking for clues. That way I can show him to Sis and maybe get out of here. Is that a pet door? Locked, of course. And it doesn't look like I can use the card to open this door. There's a little hole at the bottom of the door. If only I was a little skinnier, maybe I'd be able to crawl through there. Teddy bear? That's weird. What's a figurine doing on a sofa in a place like this? I think it's a bear. Aw, how cute. But it's got a lot of cuts and slits on it. Wonder if it's some kind of puzzle or something. There's a framed picture sitting on this coffee table. It's a picture of a woman. She's kind of pretty. Hey, looks like something's written here. Let's see. I think it says, with love, Celeste. Oh. Celeste impacts. I'll bet this could be a clue. Oh, hey, it's a computer. I've never really used one before. Really? I have no idea where the power switch on this thing is. Drat. There goes my plan to use this somehow to get out of here. What's this thing? An antenna, I guess? And this is a VCR. There sure are a lot of electronic gadgets here. But what's an antenna doing here? Oh, this simply will not do. I cannot have you wandering around at will. Oh shit. And it seems that your Mr. Wright is truly concerned about you. He is? For now, I would suggest you remain cooperative. If you cannot, there are ways in which I can help you. Ways? You mean... Dead men tell no tales is how the saying goes, correct? Dead? I'm almost certain I told you on our first meeting. I am an assassin. No way. You're lying. I mean, an assassin? People are not always who they appear to be. Ah, shit. Mr. Nick? Oh, yes, Pearls? Got caught up in my thoughts about Maya's situation. Mr. Edgeworth has left, you know. I guess for now I have no choice but to believe in Mr. Engard. But I think I should listen to his story one more time. Alright, let's get going too. Okay. Okay, you're gonna man the fort there, Dick? For the detention center, then. Sorry, but visiting hours are over for today. Aw? Ugh, I have too many questions I need to ask. I'm sorry, but I'm Phoenix Wright, a lawyer for one of the... You're Mr. Wright, you say? Oh yeah, there's a message here for you. A message? It's from Matt Engard. Oh, here you are. What'd he write? Is it something really important? I don't know. Well, let's see what it has to say. To Mr. Lawyer Dude, I've got something really important to tell you. Why do I feel uneasy all of a sudden? Oh, Mr. Wright. So, actually, I have a favor to ask of you. I have this cat named Shu. I didn't put out a lot of food when I left the house, so he's probably pretty hungry. You think you could drop by my house and feed Shu for me, dude? My house is just a little ways down from the hotel, alright? Aw, of course we'll go feed your kitty. This is terrible. Let's hurry. We have to feed his cat. I'm sure poor Shu's stomach is growling by now. Yeah, I guess. Client's request is a request. I guess I should go check up on his cat. Anything here we need to check up on? Wow, everyone looks really busy with something or another. They're probably strengthening the evidence for tomorrow's trial. Hey, hurry up with that, will you? Pass that victims list around. You gotta be kidding, there's over 100 people on here. Mr. Nick? Is Mr. Ungard really that big and bad of a criminal? Actually, Pearls, never mind. It sounds like they're working on a different case. All right now, Mr. Nick. Let's go look for clues. We have to, for Mystic Maya's sake. Oh no, not you again. Miss Oldbag! Don't devalue my name and turn it into a gasp, you spiky-headed pettifogger. Because of you, I've been made to look like the bad guy again. Although, I did get a piece of gum from Edgy Boy, just as he promised. What I really wanted was something much more valuable. I wanted Edgy Poo's heart. It's all your fault. You've awakened the wild beast inside this old bag. And she died. Oh, get your hands off me! His helmet is airtight. No air gets in and no air gets out. Then why do you keep putting it on? Don't think you get me to move with silly questions. You're gonna have to defeat me if you want to get by. I am not hearing this. Well, we were on our way to, Ongard's house anyways. Sure is dark. I'll go turn on a light. Oh. Nice motorcycle. Wow, so this is what a star's house looks like. Must be nice to be rich. Come on, Mr. Nick, let's find Shoo, the kitty cat. Shoo! Oh, kitty! By the way, that door over there, and the placing of that pet door, has not escaped my notice. How ironic that we are in this very house. So I guess this is Shoo. Oh, what a lovely cat. Hello, Shoo. The cat seems to like pearls. Pardon me. You. May I help you with something, mister? Oh, we're lawyers. Actually, I'm Mr. Ongard's lawyer. The Masters. Then you must be Mr. Wright. Yes. Ah, it's a pleasure to meet your wonderful self. I'm the family butler, John Doe. Of course you are. And if he has a butler, why did he need us to feed his cat for him? Nice to meet you. Kitty. You must know all sorts of things about Mr. Ongard, right? Honestly, sir, I don't believe my master is capable of such a foul deed as murder. Ah, yes, that's a good point, Scarlet. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the master or his affairs. How typically butler-like, as it were. Mr. Doe, how long have you served at this residence? Well, sir, I'd have to say maybe about 1 year. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of himself and his affairs. You know, I would have thought Mr. Ongard the kind to have a maid over a butler. It's a very cute cat you got there. It's my duty to take care of him, The master rather fancies Shu. And, anything else? No, not especially. It is not appropriate for a lowly servant to speak of the family cat. Well then, I guess I don't need this piece of scrap paper anymore. Well, I'm afraid I must take my leave of you now. Oh, we should probably get going ourselves. Ah, so young and yet already so accomplished, a master of law. But there's also a lot to be proud of in being a butler, in charge of the house and all. Thank you for the compliment, sir. People are not always who they appear to be. Now, if you'll excuse me. You can look around. A giant bicycle's flying through the air! That bicycle, Pearls, is one where you don't have to pedal, and it moves on its own. Really? Wow! But sorry to disappoint you, it can't fly. Oh, that's too bad. There's a small door at the bottom of this bigger door, Mr. Nick. I'll bet it's for Mr. Ongard's cat to use. Oh, you mean Shu? The door, it's locked tight. Well, I guess that's to keep nosy people like me from entering it. What note? Do I have? Ooh, I should totally have showed this to the guy while I still could. Wonder if that would have gotten any reaction. It said Phoenix just threw Ongard's note away. Yeah. Maybe if I show her this letter I got from Edgeworth. Miss Oldbag, if you'd look at... What? You want me to look at this worthless piece of... It's got Edgeworth's writing on it. Yeah, I knew that would get her attention. Edgy poo! Ugh, is that her perfume? Pheromone d'Amour I smell? Ugh. Let's see here. Would you please allow this unsophisticated young person to conduct its investigation? Yours truly, Miles Edgeworth. Yours truly? Huh. That man's good at flattery. Fine, but only because Edgy Poo said so, you understand? I just thought of something I have to do. Remember, no messing around. You do anything bad and I won't lay you off the hook. It looks like she has strong feelings for Mr. Edgeworth. You think so? That may be, but you know nothing's gonna come out of it. That's so mean, Mr. Nick. Feelings are meant to be told and shared. Ow. Every time we talk about love, I always end up with a handprint on my face somehow. So anyway, let's continue our investigation. Okay. What do you want now? What now? One little thing before I forget. You can't go into Ongard's room today. Why? The police's main investigation team is going to be in there all day, you hear? I wonder if they're the team in charge of investigating D. Killer. So don't go in there. Set one foot in there and you'll face the wrath of Wendy Oldbag. That's as good of a threat as, any. Looks like we're the only ones here. And yet the hotel seems so busy somehow. Probably because the police team is scouring for clues about D. Killer. And that spread's still there. Jeez. So Old Bag said On Guard's room is off limits for now. Oh, hey, Lotta. Hey, city boy. Lotta, you're still here. Wrecking course. Investigative photographer eats or starves on her ability to snap up the scoop, yeah? And this hotel just has that aura of mystery. You know, like something's always about to happen. Well, she's not wrong there. 2 incidents in 2 games that have happened here. But do you have a camera? Wreck given. Photographer's gotta have cameras out on the air like corn to be a real pro, you know. What? So I'm hanging around here. Speaking of cameras and feeding the mouth, do you have mine, you bread thief? Why can't you drop that thief thing already? Do we still have her camera? Yeah, I guess we do. Nope, sorry, no can do. Only thing I want to see is a steaming hand towel. What? A steaming hand towel? Need one for my eyes. Today just ain't a good day for my eyes to be looking at stuff. How convenient. Maybe I'll have to use that one next time you show me something. Okay, she's not interested in it. I want to ask you about the night of the murder. What, you really gonna shell out the bucks for the info I got? Lotta, you were loitering in this hallway the night of the murder, were you not? Well, kinda, but... Brace yourself, Phoenix. Here it comes. Didn't exactly hang around here the entire time, you know. Followed a few stars around. Got a few autographs, shook a few hands, had a soda pop with a few of them, too. Looks like she wasn't here the entire time that night. But she was here long enough to take that one photo. The one... let me see. This photo. The security lady also wasn't in this hallway the whole time either. I guess this means there's no one who can tell us who came and went that night. So, about the note that was inside your camera case. Oh, that ditty I wrote? Yeah. Can I believe what you've written? You mean the stuff about On Guard shoving his manager lady onto Karita? Yeah. Ah, well, I reckon you best not be believing that. What? Look, I sort of wrote that one on a whim, you know. Writing whatever came to mind. Whatever came to mind? Yeah, when you get down to it, it's just a lot of random bull-dooders. Bull-dooders. Okay. I don't think I've ever heard that one before. Hey, what's with you? Why are you staring at me like my grandpa used to? Hey, why do you look like you suddenly got older, too? Or am I just shrinking here? Wait. No, she's not channeling Mia. My baby! My $1,600 baby! What's with that red-coated prosecutor, anyhow? Guy told me it was evidence, and refused to give it back to me. Well, it's kinda how it is. Hey, you're that red-coat's friend, ain't you? So, put in a few good words for me and get me back my camera. You want me to do what? Listen, nag the guy real good for about 5 hours, and I guarantee he'll give it back. Why don't you go do your own dirty work? Well, I reckon it's time for me to get going. Tabloid photographer without a camera is just a tabloid, huh? Yeah, I guess so. Keep yourself together out there, you hear? Come to see you in court tomorrow. Okay, I'll see you then. You too there, little one. Keep up the good work, okay? Okay. Don't be picky about your food now. Okay. Make sure you do all your homework, you hear? Okay. And if you happen to find yourself a camera, make sure you bring it right to me. Would you please just leave already? Okay. Anyways. Check out Kurita's room. He's got an obvious thing for teddy bears. Thankfully, none of them are black and white. Who's that? Mr. Nick! What is that otherworldly, ghastly moaning? I hate evil ghosts! I don't think it's a ghost. Maybe it's a demon? Oh, you again? Can we not get rid of you? Excuse me, who are you calling a demon, brat? It's the alien! Who are you calling an alien? Oh, it's just you, Miss Oldbag. What are you doing here? What's wrong with youngins today? I came down here to pay my respects to my poor Juan, and you're disturbing me. Uh-huh. Please talk to me about the night of the murder, just one more time. I talked about it plenty at the trial. I was fooled, tricked, deceived by that fraud of a photographer and her note. She was loitering around here with that imbecilic look on her face. With that imbecilic look on her face? Okay, got it. Now hold on a second there, you little pipsqueak. If you're gonna take notes, at least make me sound better than that. Oh, alright. Now I've seen everything. But you know, I was working that night too, doing my job, minding my own business. So it's not like I had time to waste standing around here the whole night. I was wondering if you could tell me a bit more about Mr. Kurita. He was the most popular star, you know, especially where it counts, in my book. But I heard he was lagging behind on the polls against Mr. Ongard. Well, that's just a recent thing. Bad luck and all that, you know. But he was going to become an even bigger star than he used to be. Look, just look at this mountain of presents. It's a show of the mountain of feeling that all of his fans had for him. Yeah, the mountain's pretty big. Certainly nothing to shake a stick at. Mr. Nick? What is it, Pearls? The presents. They're all bears, right? She's got a point. There isn't a single thing here that isn't a bear. All of Mr. Kurita's presents from his fans seem to be bears. Oh, that's because you can't think of one without thinking about bears. You can't? Bears? Why bears? You don't know. When my dear Juan was trained, he fought bare-handed with a bear. He refused to give in and let the bear win, but after the fight, they became friends. Wow, what a heartwarming story. Look, it's just like in those young people's dramas. I can see those two tuckered out, down by a river going, heh, you sure can't fight. You too, bub. You too. Did all that really happen? It's in his biography, bub. What a load of crock. So ever since then, fans have been giving him bears as presents. Yeah, nice. Bears. Whoa. Boo, that pun stunk. What is that infernal racket? It's one of the presents going off. Sounds like it's already 8 p.m. Way past your bedtime. Ugh, that startled me. I thought I was gonna die for a second. 8 p.m. That's the time when the awards ceremony ended that night, remember? Time sure flies. Hard to believe it's been 2 days since the ceremony. Uh-oh. It's him. Hello? Hello? This is not a phone. Maya. How is Maya? You haven't heard her, have you? It seems you are not able to fulfill your end of the bargain, Mr. Attorney. I have heard the news. So it would seem my present did you no good. No, Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! One more day, please. All I ask is for one more day. I'll get a not guilty verdict for sure this time. Please. I suppose if I must. I need that acquittal more than anything else, after all. Please, please let Maya say something. I want to hear she's alright. Alright, then. A little... What's with the static all of a sudden? Hello? Hello? It seems... bad. Connect. Damn it. Did the transceiver just suddenly break? Excuse me. What happened? I don't know. All of a sudden it became nothing but static. Oh, Mystic Maya! Why did the transceiver suddenly break like that? I should probably have an electronics expert look at it. The sooner the better. Bottles of cosmetics are scattered all over the floor. This is probably where Mr. Kurita fought his assailant. These glass shards. They're probably from the glass vase Miss Andrews knocked over. So the Nickel Samurai's costume was in here. Yeah. I can't believe Mr. Kurita went so far just to say bad things about Mr. Engard. Well, it was a press conference, so he had to go in costume. But weren't Mr. Engard and Mr. Kurita friends? Doesn't sound like they were. They weren't friends. They couldn't be friends because they were rivals. So a rival is someone who's a strong enemy? Pearls is really fired up over this, and I don't have an answer for her. It's a beautiful wine glass, and there's tomato juice in it. Ew, tomato juice. I don't really like it much. There's a bottle of it on the table over there. That's probably where this came from. Looks like Mr. Kurita had dinner that night. This bottle, it's tomato juice. We had a lot of food at the awards show that night. But I wonder if the stars had gone on stage after only getting a meager meal like this. So that's a bed. Yep, it's big, but it's a bed. Ah, Mr. Nick, it's so soft! How easily children are entertained. It's a suitcase. There's so many things in it, I bet it barely closes. There's his clothes, a dryer, an electric shaver, a calculator. Do all stars pack too much stuff like Mr. Kurita? It's so messy here. Pearls really likes things neat and tidy, I take it. There are a lot of electronic things in here I've never seen before. Hey, Mr. Nick, tell me what they are, pretty please. Okay, that over there's a watch. You wear it on your wrist. I know what a watch is. Oops. For a second there, I forgot I was talking with Pearls, not Maya. Wow, there are a lot of bears. Alarm clock ones, collector's editions, stuffed teddies, plastic models. It's pretty overwhelming. Is there a kind of bear he doesn't have? There's even a few in the trash can. Yeah, I get the feeling maybe the guy didn't really like bears. Poor teddies. It's hard to bear with all these problems. Why, Mo? Why? Why? I don't think I want to bear with the trauma the last case caused me. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Again. As long as we are missing a certain black and white bear with a fetish for death games. Where to now? Let's see, I think... I think we have to show the transceiver to Dick. I don't know. Probably the same reason that they call it monochrome when it's black and white. Hey, welcome back, pal. I thought I'd make you a little something for dinner. That's nice. Thanks. A rich man's luxurious full-course meal. Out of a can, that is. I'm sorry you went through all the trouble to cook, but I don't have the time to eat. Oops. Looks like you don't have a can opener, pal. You've got to be kidding. In here, I thought he had already whipped something up. Oh, I know. There's one way I know how to be helpful. Ask me about anything you want, pal. Go ahead. Well, since he's here and offering, I wonder what I should try asking him about. The transceiver? Oh, Mr. Nick, you should ask Mr. Scruffy Detective about that thing. What thing? Oh yeah, this thing just up and broke all of a sudden. It broke, pal? When I was talking to the kidnapper, it just suddenly broke into static. Look, it sounded like this. I don't hear any static, pal. Maybe it fixed itself? That's strange. I'm sure it was making a loud static noise. Maybe. Maybe what? Maybe it was electromagnetic interference, pal. Electromagnetic interference? So what's electromagnetic interference? It's something that happens when a radio wave gets mixed up with another signal, pal. Oh, when you put it that way. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, for example, when a cell phone goes off next to a computer screen. The stuff on the screen gets kind of fuzzy and starts acting funny, right? Huh? Computer? Yeah, I mean... Well, Maya and Pearl, they kind of grew up in a bit of a rural village in the middle of nowhere. They're not very tech-savvy. It's like when you use the dryer next to the TV and the screen starts looking weird. Oh, yes, the TV does do that. Oh, so that's what you're talking about. I know, right? I was thinking the same thing because I don't think that's much of a deal anymore. I know that these games originally came out for the GBA in Japan in, like, I want to say, like, the early 2000s. We didn't get them in the West until they were ported to the DS. She seems amazingly happy at being able to understand this. So the room you were in when that interference to the transceiver happened, there's got to be something there that's sending out very strong radio waves, pal. Really? Did we see anything like that in there? Like a listening device or something. A listening device. Was Juan's room bugged? Hey, speaking of that, where were you when it happened? We were in Mr. Kurita's room. The scene of the murder. What? That's it. I'm gonna sneak into the precinct and get a bug sweeper. I'll meet you at the crime scene later, alright, pal? Oh, wait, Gumshoe. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. We should be going too, Mr. Nick. Alright, let's go. Alright, the game is afoot. I know, right? That feels like ages ago now. Hey, you're finally here, pal! Sorry to keep you waiting. Do you have the, bug sweeper? Well, you see... I got busted trying to sneak in, pal. Then suddenly I'm staring at the precinct doors. From the outside, I mean. So, yeah, I couldn't get one of the police bug sweepers. What do you mean you couldn't get one? We need that item. Hey, calm down, pal. I didn't say I didn't get one, just not the police's. Wow, so this is a bug sweeper. It looks a little broken. Hey, this was made when I was in elementary school, pal. Oh? By who? Me, of course. Ah, seeing this sure brings back memories. Hey, don't look down on it, pal. Sure looks a little beat up. I'm not looking down on it. That's kind of impressive, actually. But I put my heart and soul into building this puppy here. Your heart and soul? It'll work, trust me, pal. It'll do the job. But you can't set the sensitivity. So it's gonna beep at anything that gives off electromagnetic waves. But isn't it better that way? Well, anyway, since I brought all this way, might as well give it a whirl, right, pal? I'm getting that sinking feeling again. Okay, now I'll tell you how to use this baby. There's a listening device, or some other sort of bug hidden in this room, pal. So we're gonna find it, right? Right, now first, let's turn the sweeper on. Next, move the sweeper around to give the room a real thorough looky-see, pal. The sweeper will let you know how strong of a signal it's picking up, so keep an eye on it, okay? Once you find something giving off a lot of radio waves, press enter to lock onto it. There's a lot of things here that's gonna give off radio waves. So let's take a good look at anything and everything that seems suspicious. Okay, pal? Alright, I'm gonna go stand outside and keep an eye out. Give me a yell if you find the bug. Got it, pal? Will do. Okay, so... Oh. Well, the phone's the most commonplace for a listening device, I'd say. But let's take the receiver apart first before we get ahead of ourselves here. Wow, you know a lot about electronics, don't you, Mr. Nick? Yeah, I know tons. Especially when it comes to taking them apart. It's my specialty. I'll leave the fixing part up to Gumshoe. Yeah, it's putting it back together that's the challenge. So, is there a listening device in there? No. And I really thought it had to be in the phone, too. Ooh. Lamp, check. Listening device, nope. There are a lot of lamps in this room, aren't there, Mr. Nick? Yeah. And they're all on. You shouldn't do that, Mr. Nick. Don't you know that's wasteful? Yeah, I'll be more conscientious from now on. Sorry. Nope. TV? I don't really think the listening device is in the TV of all places. Looks like the TV was left on. It's showing an old samurai movie. Yeah, this channel plays all sorts of international movies, as well as domestic ones. You know, every time I watch one of these old movies, I always think, wow, those Japanese stars are really good at English. Yeah. It's called dubbing. When I grow up, I want to study Japanese. I should probably keep my mouth shut here and not destroy your dream. It's the TV's remote control, but it doesn't look like the listening device is in here. So I was thinking, I wonder if a TV remote works on other things, like... Could I make you change your expressions like TV channels? Zap! Hey! But if I could... oh, the people I would give the old mute button to. Well, I don't think it's gonna work on me. Why don't we try it on Maya tomorrow, okay? Okay. There's no listening device in that notebook computer. Huh. What's a notebook computer? Do you know what a notebook is? Yes, it's a small book with paper you can write on, so? Well, that thing is like a notebook in a way. It's basically a small laptop. Mr. Nick, what's a laptop? This is a refrigerator, right? I really don't think the listening device is in something like this. Because it's filled with nothing but healthy vegetable juices, right? Yeah, sure. What's that have to do with listening devices? Oh? Doesn't seem to be anything giving off radio waves there, Mr. Nick. The sweeper isn't exactly the best. Well, you have to make do with what you have, right? Well, it certainly looks like an alarm clock. What's wrong? Why do you look troubled? I just can't imagine the listening device being inside this alarm clock. It just sort of reminded me of something that happened a long time ago. Oh, I know yeah, the thinker clock. It's making you think of that, isn't it? Well, anyway, it looks like the listening device isn't in here. Oh, there we go. I thought I had it right before. This is just a giant stuffed teddy bear, right? It's the biggest one I've ever seen. Hey, did you guys find it yet? The listening device, I mean. No, not yet, but this bear's eye is... Let's see. Perfectly normal stuffed bear with some really strong radio waves. Sounds like you found the device to me, pal. Let's dig this big fella's eye out and see what we got. No, you can't. Such a violent act. Rip. No! It's a miniature camera, and it looks like there's more. There's a transmitter and a timer. Oh, what a emitter? A transmitter, pal. Oh, is this more of that high-tech stuff? So this tiny thing's a camera. Yep. It's a pinhole CCD camera, pal. It's a small high-grade video camera, mostly used in security systems. So it's a video camera. It runs on a battery, which comes with it in a set. But there's no videotape in this camera. This is the only camera part here, pal. The tape recorder with the tape inside it's somewhere else. Somewhere else? Yes, didn't we see someplace with an antenna and a lot of, a VCR and a bunch of tapes? The footage is changed into radio waves, and that's sent to that recorder. So, it's sort of like a TV broadcast, isn't it? Hey, you know, you're right. So, what's a transmitter? It's a device that sends the footage the camera took to a specific destination. Haha, I know, right? Yeah. Yeah. Tape is pretty much, a thing of the past. It's like a video version of a listening device, pal. Looks like it's attached to a small clock-like thing. Really, we're really seeing how, these games are starting to show their age, huh, Scarlet? Oh, that's a timer, pal. You can set it to turn the camera on and record a certain time with it. You can set it for a certain time? Yep, let's see. This looks like it was set to start at 8 p.m. and go on for 1 hour. 8 p.m.? That was the time the awards ceremony ended. Yeah, that too. There's no date set, so it's been recording every night, I guess. Mr. Detective, how long has this bear been here? I'm pretty sure it's been here since the night of the murder. Then maybe... Maybe this camera caught the murder on tape. Aha. What? And if you think about the angle the bear's at, it's bound to have had a clear shot of the whole crime, pal. So there was a camera in this bear's eye. And it was disguised as a present. And I'm sure it was here on the night of the murder, pal. It's pretty big, so it stands out pretty well in my mind. But who gave Mr. Kurita this present? I don't know, pal. But this means that someone out there's got a video of what happened here that night. Isn't there any way we can find out who that person is? It's impossible, pal. Radio waves can be sent almost anywhere, so there's no real way to find out. Oh. Is there really no way to find out? I got it! What? Hey, pal, let me borrow this mini camera for a bit. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna go around to the electronic shops and see if I can find out who bought this. But that's impossible. I mean, it's already 9 p.m. Leave it to me. Even if I have to search all night, I'll find your man, pal. Well, I appreciate the effort. Oh yeah, baby, it's investigating time. I'm on fire, pal. My fingers are itching to go. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. He's gone. Yeah. But Mr. Scruffy Detective sure is a nice man. He is. He's one of the good ones. He's pushing himself so hard all for Mystic Maya's sake. It's a mystery how you always manage to do things in the most inefficient ways, right? Huh? Hey, Edgy. You'll have to excuse me, I heard your conversation just now. Edgeworth, what are you doing here? A rescue team has been created and deployed. I cannot say I'm optimistic, but we have to move forward, one step at a time. I see. Thanks. Don't thank me yet. We still have to find her. So, there was a spy camera hidden inside this stuffed animal, huh? You're one lucky man, right? Do you know this stuffed bear, little girl? I have no idea. Of course not. The maker of this bear is a very expensive luxury brand from overseas. Oh. It's completely handmade, and only a small number of those are exported here. So it's rare. The camera and transmitter that Scatterbrain Detective took with him are dead ends. Things like those can be bought anywhere. However, this bear is different. By tracking how it got into this country, this bear can tell us who the buyer is. Can you really do that? Mr. Nick, can you really? Well, I guess so. It's 9 p.m. I think I can still make it in time. I'll be taking this for now. I'm sure you have other things you have to do. Okay, I can just picture Edgeworth walking out of the hotel with that big-ass teddy bear. See you soon, right? Wait. What? Why are you doing this? Because he cares too, I'm sure. I have no interest in explaining myself to someone who cannot comprehend. But besides that, right? Until court reconvenes tomorrow, you should concern yourself with this question. Who was the person that murdered Juan Carita? The real killer. Do you really still think it was Adrian Andrews? To be honest, I don't know anymore. You still have a little time left. Find the truth, right? Everything begins with the truth. Juan Carita's real killer. Ms. Andrews passed. The kidnapper whose sole condition is an acquittal for Mr. Ongard. And this card, Shelley D. Killer. Maya, the only way I can save you now is to find all the answers to this case tonight. I don't understand what your real intentions are, Edgeworth. But as you said, all I can do for now is find the truth. This is getting good. But I think this is a good segue. I think I'll take a real quick break and I'll be back in just a few minutes.